Hello, welcome back to The Witness, and this is not a blind run. We're going through all the secrets, and this time we're going to look at the secrets in the Shady Tree area. First of all, we've got a couple of environmental puzzles here. If you stand maybe about here, I think, you got one here. You can go up. And we like to say the big JB in the sky for lakes, and now we connect to him on the lower half, the reflection side of this. And again, we'd like to thank JB in the sky for producing little fountains. There we go. Okay, and of course we found this one before, where you gotta again line it up somewhere up there, I think. And just follow that around. And again, we'd like to thank JB in the sky for autumn. And this whole area is, as you will see, is all about the seasonal change of autumn. Because in Buddhist, autumn is all about letting go. It's a symbol of letting go of something in order to progress forward. And what you'll see, we'll play this little. I've already activated everything.
66 times have these eyes beheld the changing scene of autumn. I have said enough about moonlight. Ask no more. Only listen to the voice of pines and cedars when no wind stirs. Leonin, 1711.
Okay, so Rhiannon is a Buddhist nun who, at a very young age, this is a poem, nearly on her deathbed, so hence she's saying I've seen the 66 times. But she sacrificed a lot in order to do that, you see. She was a very, very beautiful nun who realized at an early age that everything is transient and that she really needed to nut down, get back to nature and really look for the truth. She wanted the truth, whether there was a God or not. And so she decided to look into Zen, but every time she tried to connect to a monastery, they said that she was too pretty, and that they couldn't have her because of her the fact that she was so beautiful. So because she was so much wanting to find out the truth, she took a poker, a very hot iron poker, and she disfigured her face on purpose so that the way the monastery would let her in. Now you can't say she's not a true searcher. Here is someone who took a very, very, incredible and we'd like to thank JB in the sky for butterflies. We'll have a look at some butterflies soon. So, you can't say that she's not a true searcher. So last week we found out what Albert Einstein meant by him being a true searcher, in the fact that he concentrates mainly on the mechanics already involved without interference. He just concentrates on the mechanics. And because he wants to know about the mechanics and get closer to the mechanics and working out how things work, he called himself a true searcher. And he says that some religious people are like that, but a majority are because of other reasons. So here we have a Zen person who was probably a true searcher, in the fact that she really, really wanted to know. She made a vow in herself early in her age that the quest of wanting to know the meaning of life was more important than anything else. Now there are a couple of hidden little pieces of creatures here, and one is this tree is full of butterflies. And in Buddhism, butterflies is again all about change and the needing of letting go, like everything else here. When I say letting go, we're talking about letting go of inhibitions, letting go of egotism, letting go of that one thing that will stop you from searching. See, most people that think they already have the truth, or they won't search for the truth, they won't find answers, and they'll dismiss everything because they honestly don't want the knowledge that everything they've believed thus far is a complete lie. Now, we'll have a look at this one here too. There's a little... might take me a while to get this one right. Let's try it. No? Maybe I have to go over here more. No? I don't even know where to go on this one, actually. There we go. And there's actually a clam down. I know this is not a forest, but I thought this was interesting. There's a clam there with a lotus flower. And you'll find the lotus flower all over the island. It's one of the biggest symbols for Buddhism. I think there's a lotus flower over here somewhere. It's one of the biggest symbols for Buddhism to say the attainment of, because a lotus flower never gets involved in mud, although it's often, grows in mud and water. It never is tarnished by it. And what they're saying is that same enlightenment, to get that enlightenment, you have to stop being tarnished by the muddy things of this world. So we have a siren over here as well. So basically you'll see again the need to listen to nature. Whatever is stopping you from looking at life and the mechanics of life around us, whether it's even a job, again, stop that and concentrate on what your life is all about. Try and connect to some sort of greater meaning. Again, if you have a look at that backwards, you have a person on top of a pyramid. So just something I just thought was interesting. Okay, so if we go on, trying to make sure I don't miss anything. There was a... where was it? Maybe it's over here. Oh yeah, here we go. So here we have a sleeping deer. Now deers in the Buddhism is... The only reference I could find is that when Buddha spoke, a deers would come because of its peaceful... again, the peace of it. Deers would come and listen to his speeches, so to speak. That's the only thing I could find. This I also thought was interesting. Actually, it's here. So if you have a look at this, I think this is some sort of a reference to the... yeah. I don't know what's going on there, but it's kind of some sort of reference to the stages involved. I don't think that's a coincidence. I think it's a very strange reference to the Buddhist belief of the stages involved to get to true enlightenment. But I can't see... It just looked too purposeful, if you see what I mean. Like, there's something about that. I know it hides part of the puzzle, but you only need one to hide the puzzle. I think there's more involved in that. Okay, so if we come up here, we have another audio clue.
In a sense, what modern physics is to the history of Western thought, Zen is to the development of the Eastern worldview, the ultimate refinement of more than 2,000 years of incisive debate, discussion, and critical development. Yet the difference between the two could hardly be more marked. Whereas physics is interested above all in theories, concepts, and formulas, Zen values only the concrete and the simple. Zen wants facts, not in the Western sense of things that are measurable and numerical, which are in fact abstractions, but as living, immediate, and tangible. Its approach to understanding is not to theorize, because it recognizes that previously accumulated ideas and knowledge, in other words, memories of all kinds, block the direct perception of reality. Therefore, Zen adopts an unusual approach. Its buildup involves language, which is unavoidable. Any method, even if it turns out to be an anti-method, has first to convey some background in order to be effective. But the way Zen uses language is always to point beyond language, beyond concepts to the concrete. David Darling, 1996.
Okay, so here we have a really modern reference to a quantum, I think he's a quantum mechanic. So the whole question that was posed at the beginning of this game was, can you blend mysticism with science? And we had Albert Einstein basically saying that he was a religious person in the fact of his devotion to find to work out the mechanics involved. And he's probably more of a religious person than all those that were claiming to be religious. Here we have a quote from basically a Buddhist, that was basically saying that, well, science is actually full of theories, nothing else but theories, and if you look in more and more into there, they try and pose their exclamations as being founded, but when you look into it more, there's always another idea or an alternate theory, so it never progresses beyond theories. Where mysticism, they're more concentrating on experience, your personal experience, whether it's through prayer or meditation or this believing that you've received some sort of connection or feeling. And this experience is what connects. You can't just say, oh, it's a theory, because you've experienced it. And because you've experienced it, it's real. And once something's become real and solid, then they're not dealing with theories anymore. Look, to tell you the truth, that's a very hard argument because if we went back to the Buddhist nun, what she's basically saying is, what's ever preventing you from searching for true answers, that could also be experience. You might experience something thinking that it's real and tangible and that you have this relationship with this God and so forth. But what if that's false? What if that's a fake experience? And this is where it becomes really hard, because that experience might actually be the very thing preventing you, because you're dismissing everything on the hopes that that was a real experience, that was something tangible. And so you might be dismissing questions or answers that you are faced with because of this experience that you've had. So it's an interesting ploy that this mechanic is bringing forward to say, well, they're the real scientists. Sort of like a counter argument against Albert Einstein saying he is the real religion. Here we've got a physicist, a mechanic, an astronomer, that's basically saying that he is the real realist. Well, that's very controversial. But anyway, that's this short video. It's pretty much all the secrets that I was able to find and the meaning behind the little shady trees area. Join me next time as we go through the quarry. Until then, bye for now.